She drifts into his psyche like twilight, and what he hides beneath that familiar mask, the persona that smiles, that works, that adapts, finds its unraveling in the silence of her gaze. The dark pulse in his unconscious, its shadow, shivers when she stands unmoved. This shadow is his unspoken yearning, the fractured fragments of emotion too dangerous to claim. She leans into that silence, not to comfort but to provoke. Her stillness is not softness but a blade. Its edge cuts through his stoic armor, reminding him of what he dared not feel. His ego recoils. He would rather believe that feeling is weakness, that strength is unbroken composure. Yet even stoicism in its noble restraint betrays what it cannot deny. Emotion has its own gravity that pulls him toward her. Through her quiet demand, the anima in him stirs, its voice a tender, forbidden song. The anima, that inner feminine guide, had been exiled to the shadows where he had learned to neglect longing, intuition, creative fire. She awakens it gently, like a muse wrapped in smoke and moonlight. He does not name her, and he cannot confess this surge of value, of recognition, of falling. Yet the movement inside him is real. Silence becomes her language. She holds space not to fill, but to invite. In that stillness he confronts his projections, the parts of himself he disavows but sees in her. The dark fears of abandonment, the craving for validation, the fragile ego that thought it could stand alone. Yet when she meets his gaze with silence, the reflection breaks. He sees what he projects, and through that he sees his own emptiness, or magnificence, unshielded. Around them the air trembles, traumas echo in his guarded heart. He has built walls from wounds he never named. The flicker of fear, the ache of betrayal, the sudden collapse of trust. These lurk behind his composure. Her calm makes him tremble, not because she threatens, but because she reminds him that he has already been wounded. And through that reminder, she becomes a witness to his truest self, he who hides behind polished facade and silent defenses. Around them the air trembles, traumas echo in his guarded heart. He has built walls from wounds he never named. The flicker of fear, the ache of betrayal, the sudden collapse of trust. These lurk behind his composure. Her calm makes him tremble, not because she threatens, but because she reminds him that he has already been wounded. And through that reminder, she becomes a witness to his truest self, he who hides behind polished facade and silent defenses. Between them, desire coils, not loud, not bound by urges, but subtle and inexorable. It is a tension drawn from deep things, the pull of the shadow, the call. In that glow he begins to unravel, not with force, but with curiosity. The ego that thought itself sovereign begins to dissolve, exposed by a quiet he cannot name. The persona crumbles where her shadow meets his. He cannot speak the truths that surface, the ache of yearning to be seen, the relief of being mirrored, the fear of being undone. And yet, in that unraveling lies a gift, the path toward integration. Individuation does not ask to be heralded. It is whispered through moments like these, where silence becomes sacred, where desire is a door, and where the anima guides through reflection rather than command. She leaves him there, standing on the threshold of his own psyche, breath shallow with recognition, eyes wide with something like awe. His silence now holds more than emptiness. It harbors possibility.